How to add permanent and temporary learners. A learner is someone who completes training on the Lesson Desk system. Learners can be permanent or temporary. A permanent learner is someone who forms part of subscription licenses and will complete their training continuously and work on their career path. For example, full-time staff members. In contrast, a temporary learner will only complete certain courses for a limited amount of time. For example, seasonal employees. Therefore, a temporary learner is not assigned to a specific branch or enrolled for specific content. To view learners linked to your account, navigate to the Learners tab on the main panel. The Learner screen will open where you can view all the learners that have been added to your account and whether they are permanent or temporary. Here, you can also add, edit, link, and delete learners. In this video, we'll be adding permanent and temporary learners. Let's get started. Adding a permanent learner. To add a permanent learner, navigate to the Learners tab and click on the overflow next to the relevant subscription group, then select View Profile. Click on the orange Add button. Here, you can create a brand new learner, import a user as learner, or bulk import learners. Let's look at each of these options. Create a new learner. Selecting this option means that you'll be creating a learner manually. You'll be directed to the Add New Permanent Learner screen, where you need to add all the required details to the Learner Details card, including the learner's first name, a learner ID, and password. Let's add our learner's information now. You'll also need to add a password for the learner. Next, we can assign or link a learner to a branch. To link a learner to a branch, click on the orange Add button, select the branch you want to assign the learner to, and click on the Link button. To search for a branch, type the branch name into the search bar and select the correct branch from the filtered list. Take note that a learner can only be assigned to one specific branch and not multiple branches. For more information, check out our videos on branches. Next, you'll see the enrollment card that enables you to link a learner to a role. There are two enrollment options: career paths and standalone roles. Career paths contain multiple prerequisite roles that a learner must complete, whereas with a standalone role, only one role is assigned to a learner. View the standalone roles and career paths videos for more information. When you have added all the information, click on the Save button. You'll be directed to the Permanent Learner Profile screen, where you can view your newly added learner profile. Let's import a user as a learner. A user is someone who is not necessarily a learner, but has access to the head office system as an administrator. To import a user as a learner, click on the Add button and select Import. Here, you'll see a list of usernames and positions. Select the user you'd like to import as a learner and click on the Import button. You'll see that some fields have been populated automatically, but don't forget to add in the missing fields. We're going to skip the branch assigning, enrollment, and metadata cards, but feel free to add them if necessary. Once you select Save, the new user will become a learner. Let's move on to bulk importing learners. This option is ideal for uploading a large number of learners. This option is also a wizard, meaning it explains what to do step by step. First, click on the Add button and select Upload. See this bulk import learners modal? Here, you'll need to download a template CSV file, which you can open in Excel by clicking the Download button. Once you open the template file, you'll see all the required fields that must be filled in according to the system specifications. For instance, in the gender field, you can only enter male or female. If your data doesn't match the system specifications, an error will appear. Remember that learner details should be unique. For example, certain fields must be populated with a specific username or learner ID to identify a particular learner. Therefore, if two learners have the same learner ID, the system will show an error. Once you've entered the learner details on the template, you need to save and upload the populated CSV file. To do so, select Browse and add the file from your device. A CSV file is not your standard Excel file. Instead, it is a comma-separated value file, but this does not mean that data always have to be separated by a comma. A CSV file just means that it stores the data, both numbers and text, in plain text. You'll need to enter a value in the delimit character field. If you're using Windows, this will usually be a comma. For Mac, it may be a semicolon. Once you've uploaded your file, select the Import button. If any of the information is duplicated, an error message will appear telling you to correct the errors and try again. If you receive this message, simply download the CSV file and open it. All errors are indicated with a hash symbol, making them easier to spot. Simply change the errors and re-upload your file. The bulk import in progress modal will appear. Let's add a temporary learner. Temporary learners are added in a similar way as permanent learners. Click on the Temporary Learners button. We'll be adding a temporary learner to a specific group. Once the Groups table appears on the screen, click on the relevant Groups Overflow menu and select View Learners. Then, click on the orange Add button. The Add New Learner modal will appear where you have the same three options as adding a permanent learner. Select Create and you'll be directed to the Learner Details card. Adding a temporary learner only requires the learner's details, the branch they're assigned to, and optional metadata tags. Therefore, the only difference between permanent learners and temporary learners is that temporary learners are not enrolled in roles. Lessons and courses are allocated to temporary learners via content scheduling, which we'll cover in the video The Scheduler Temporary Learners. When you've added all the information, click Save. You'll see that the learner status can be either active or inactive, but you can change this by clicking on the toggle and completing the status confirmation.